VC, what's going on? I made a video for a couple weeks, and this is one I've been meaning to do for a while, and it just seems like I kept getting more of this genre in, and I just wanted to save it and make one video. It made sense to me. So this is all stuff I've accumulated over the last couple months, all blues. It's a genre that you know, I'm not the most knowledgeable on. I know the artists, big artists, Lightning, B.B. King, that kind of thing, but it's something that I'm trying to get more into, I guess. I've been really getting into it lately, and yeah, I've just been enjoying it. So let me get started. All right, so first up, a lot of you guys heard me talk about Record Jungle in the past, and yeah, he posted this one up for sale, and I jumped on it. Something I'd never seen. This is Angola Prisoners Blues. Angola Prison, I guess it's actually the Louisiana State Penitentiary. I guess it's in Angola, so that's why it's called that. But this is on the Louisiana Folk Society label. Never really seen it. This was actually done by some like college professors that went to Angola Prison. I mean, look at the shape too, it's freaking immaculate. But so these are the three prisoners: Guitar Welch, Hogman, Maxie, and Robert Pete Williams, who's definitely my favorite. That's him pictured right there. He's my favorite on the record. But yeah, so they went there and they recorded these three prisoners. They each have, like, I want to say 3 songs on here. It's done by Dr. Harry Oster and Richard Allen. And then, I mean, what are the odds that it actually came with the original booklet too? I mean, look at the typed writing. It kind of goes into detail about each prisoner, and it just talks about the Louisiana State Prison in general. I mean, some of these guys were born in the late 1890s, so these guys were, at the time when they recorded this, in their 50s, late 50s, and they just talk about how the music in the penitentiary, like, they would get these music instruments for these guys. Harmonicas were the most, popular, and these guys would just flourish, and just some really cool stuff. I'm gonna give you a couple clips, and yeah, let me know what you think.
Oh, it's payday tomorrow. Oh, buddy, how you know? Oh, it's payday tomorrow. Oh, buddy, how you know? Oh, I know, boy, 'cause the captain, he told me so. She like a mother to me. She do all in the world that she can. She went all the way along me in this trouble. Till the end. And away, I was glad my poor mother had see, because she suffered with heart trouble, and trouble behind me sure would have went hard with her. But if she was living, I could call on her sometime.
All right, so next up is what we're listening to now. I think I got this in one of the Facebook groups I'm in. Albert King and Otis Rush, Door to Door. Albert King obviously needs no introduction. Otis Rush was not someone I'm super familiar with. Obviously I'd heard the name. But yeah, they just kind of complement each other. You can hear, it's just terrific. Yeah, so this is on Chess Records. From 1959, I believe, is when it was recorded, maybe. But I don't think this was released until the late 60s, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, very cool album. Really enjoy it. Next one, like I said, heard of this guy, but nice to pick something up. This is Little Sonny, new king of the blues harmonica. This is on, what is it on? I thought it was like a subsidiary of King. Oh, it's on Enterprise. Just some nice harmonica blues. Some, usually you hear the guitar and harmonica just complements that real nice. So, Little Sonny. All right, this was a pickup from Acoustic Sounds, Analog Productions. This is one that I've been wanting for a while, and I finally just pulled the trigger. Muddy Waters, folk singer. Just a terrific album. Originals of this, were pretty expensive, and I really wanted just a super clean copy of this. It's so good. If I had some, equipment to demo, I would probably even think about using this record. I mean, it just sounds so terrific. I can't remember. I think it was Bill from the Vinylverse was talking about this one time, and I think Mazzy kind of showed this one time too, talking about the quality, and it finally just pushed me over the edge to pick it up. So, terrific record, terrific pressing. At that same time, I picked up the Analog Productions complete Plantation recordings of Muddy Waters. This was the Library of Congress recordings that they did. Also very well done. This is the numbered edition. Pretty nice. Yeah, so I think, what's his name? Alan Lomax. He used to be the one that went around in his car recording people. He did a lot, I think he did the Carter Family back in the day. He recorded these. I believe these are digital files. Teddy Eat Sleep Vinyl. He did a little snippet talking about, how they acquired this, and the Library of Congress obviously wouldn't give up the original tapes for good reason. I mean, that's a historic piece, so they had to settle for the digital files and press it on the vinyl. But I can say it sounds terrific. You got to figure, when it was recorded, the quality wasn't terrific, obviously, but I think they did a really nice job, and it's a really nice pressing. So that was the numbered edition. I think you could still get it now. It's not numbered, but whatever. Next one, we got Johnny Shines and Company on Biograph Records. Yes, I mean, just killer blues guitar. There he is right there, jamming out. Not an artist that I was real familiar with, so I'm starting to venture out, I love that Biograph label too. It's got that old 78 type, look to it. But David Bromberg plays on this, so that's kind of cool. He plays acoustic and electric guitar and a mandolin, so it's a really nice record. Check it out, Johnny Shines. Alright, I think I got this when, this was a couple months ago for sure, down at Record Town in Fort Worth. This is John Lee Hooker, The Blues. Obviously, any John Lee Hooker I'm going to pick up, but it's on the Crown label. It's from 19... it doesn't say. I think this was the late 50s, early 60s, if I'm not mistaken, just due to the label, but another quality record from him. I think this is a comp of some earlier stuff that he put out. But yeah, really nice. This was also from a Facebook group. I think this is the same one I got the Albert King Otis Rush album. I had seen this album before, and it was always kind of out of my price range. It can go for a little bit, but this is Muddy Waters, Brass and the Blues on chess. As you can see, it's it says DJ copy under there. Someone decided to, take a Sharpie to it for some reason. They didn't like that it was a DJ copy. I guess they wanted to fake it. I don't know. But this is a terrific album. Folk Singer's still my favorite, Muddy Waters, but this is a top 3 for me in my collection that I have from Muddy Waters. I have probably about 8, so this might be number 2, but it's a terrific album. Really enjoy it. This one really needs no introduction. This is a repress. I still don't have an original, but it's John Mayall with Eric Clapton, Bluesbreakers. Can't remember where I got this, but John McVie's on the bass on this. John Allman, baritone sax on a couple, I think on one track. So just a terrific album. A lot of big names, and they kind of live up to the hype. Some great guitar playing on here, so very cool to get that. I'm still always looking for an original, but the music's the important thing. This one, I had seen a lot of people show it in the past, and it was always on my radar, but I'd never really seen one. I can't remember if I bought this. I think this was also that Facebook group. This is on Checker Records. This is the Super Blues Band, and it pretty much is, because Howlin' Wolf, Muddy Waters, and Bo Diddley. How about that? I mean, it's obviously a little bit later. This was like in the 70s, I believe, on Checker. But, I mean, the names alone are just super crazy. This was... Man, none of these blues albums have dates. I'm pretty sure this was in the 70s, but just looking at their ages, late 60s, early 70s. Just a monster of an album. All 3 of them are just awesome. Checker Records. And being in Texas, I wish I would find more of this guy's records, but it's not always in the cards. So this is Freddie King, Woman Across the River. And this is on the Shelter Records. You can see they had to black out the Superman logo. But yeah, just more great Texas blues. I mean, I love the Shelter record label. So good. And it's actually produced by Leon Russell, so that's pretty neat. But he does Hoochie Coochie Man, the title track, Woman Across the River, just killer guitar playing. I can't get enough of Freddie King. Anytime I see it, if it's affordable, I'm gonna pick it up. Just some, nice stuff. John Hammond, Source Point. Some nice pictures there. But yeah, as you can see, a nice promo copy. Charlie Otis on drums, Billy Nichols, Hoodoo Blues, great track, Taking Care of Business. Just, it's not gonna set the world on fire, but it's just a nice quality album. This one, I was really excited to get. Any of these real folk blues albums, they're hard to get, kind of, and they can kind of get expensive. So, John Lee Hooker, The Real Folk Blues. This was also a DJ copy that someone tried to mark out, but you can still see it. This is on Chess. It's another comp that Chess put out of some of his earlier stuff, and so good, man. These Real Folk Blues albums really are killer. If you can find them, definitely pick them up. Got a little ringwear and stuff that just plays terrific. And usually blues albums are, for the most part, pretty loud. They're not really quiet, So you can stand a couple crackles here and there. It kind of adds to the, I don't know, kind of adds to it for me, but maybe not for everybody else. But this still plays really nice. So Real Folk Blues, John Lee Hooker. And kind of keeping on that same Real Folk Blues, I got Muddy Waters, the Real Folk Blues. Also on the chest label, not a promo copy, but also just a monster of an album. The tracks on here, I just listened to this yesterday actually, and man, he's on fire. Real Folk Blues, pick them up. I kind of consider this in the blues vein. This is Dr. John. Picked this up at Doc's Records over in Fort Worth. This is Decisively Bonnaroo. Decisively Bonnaroo. I'm probably butchering the crap out of that, but love the cover. It's got like that nice shimmer. Just more great Dr. John. You know, you get that New Orleans feel to most of his music. This one's from 1974 on Atlantic. I always try to pick up as much Dr. John when possible, but it's kind of becoming a little bit more expensive since, you know, his passing, but it seems like stuff's starting to come down back to earth a little bit, so hopefully it kind of stays that way. Picked this one up at Record Town over in Fort Worth as well. It says John Lee Hooker Sings the Blues. It's on the Crown label as well. Some great tracks on here. Let Your Daddy Ride, that's a good one. Drifting from Door to Door. Another quality record, John Lee Hooker. Alright, so anytime I see the Bluesville label, also I try to pick it up. This is Lightning Hopkins, Smokes Like Lightning, I'm sorry. And I think this is like a repress because it doesn't have the original Bluesville, but the music is just terrific. Lightning Hopkins, you know, he's up there with me, you know. I mean, I probably have to say Muddy Waters is my favorite, but Lightning, he's right there. You know, just great, you know, Texas blues. I'm surprised I don't find more of his stuff around here as well, but yeah, great record, Bluesville, pick him up. I think Dylan over at Noble Records always talks about, you know, Bluesville, and I think he's trying to get them all, I think he said. Another label I don't have a lot of. They can get kind of spendy as well, but this one's Sleepy John Estes, the Brownsville Blues, with Hammy Nixon on harmonica and Ed Wilkinson on bass. This is on the Delmark label. These guys just complement each other so well. Yeah, out of Chicago, Delmark label. I think this is from like the mid-60s, I believe, I want to say. But terrific album. Delmark label in general, anytime I see it, you know, I try to get as much stuff on there as possible, so check that out. Sleepy John Estes, not one that, you know, I'm super familiar with, but nonetheless. Next we got an upgrade copy of Butterfield Blues Band, East, West, Paul Butterfield, obviously Elvin Bishop. I think this is a gold Electra label, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so early Electra label there. Terrific album. A lot of you guys already know about this, but this is an upgrade copy for me. My one was pretty scratched up. I got it early on in collecting, and I kind of mentioned that when I first started collecting, I just bought to, you know, get the record in the collection, and now I find myself upgrading a lot of them. So, Butterfield Blues Band. Next one we got B.B. King, Indianola, Mississippi Seeds. Another great album from him, obviously on the ABC label that he made famous. Well, he didn't make it famous. ABC Records was pretty big. This was from, man, no years on any of these. So strange. But nice record from him. BB is hit or miss for me. Some of his stuff, you know, in the 70s was kind of iffy. But this is a really nice album from him. Great guitar playing on that. This is one of my favorite ones I picked up in the blues genre, you know, in this video. This is Lightnin' Hopkins, Nothing But the Blues. This is a repress on like the Mount Vernon music. I can't remember what the original label was on, but this is like out of Mount Vernon, New York. But yeah, Nothing But the Blues, Lightning's Boogie, Evil Hearted Woman. Just more great Texas blues from Lightnin'. Check it out. Alright, so another one on the Prestige Bluesville label. This is Lonnie Johnson with Elmer Snowden, Blues and Ballads. Not one I was real familiar with. And to be honest, I don't even think I've listened to this one yet, so I think I need to put this on right after this one's over. So, but this is on the Bluesville label. Love that label. So I'll get back to you on this one and let you know how it is. But yeah, not two artists I was real familiar with, so I really wanted to give it a check out. And last but certainly not least, some early BB, Singing the Blues, BB King. On the First Press Crown label there, the black Crown label. Just a terrific album. He's really in his element on this one. I really love early BB if I can find it. It's really hard to get sometimes, but I think I got this at Glass House. Probably should have included this on my next Glass House video, but I just wanted to keep it in the blues genre. So yeah, another good one. Alright, BC, that's it. That's my blues pickups. Hope everyone's doing well with what's going on and everything, and hope everyone had a good 4th. And yeah, we'll talk to you later. I'll get back to my normal routine, you know, a little bit of everything, but I just want to make this blues video. So hope everyone's well, and take care.